And if you already saw the previous value where we talked about debt, then this is another interesting value which actually goes hand in hand with so many, but the value of savings. See, think before you use, consume, or spend. Whatever you save today prepares you for tomorrow. Now that is some interesting quote right there, and that really talks into saving. So many people don't do that anymore because they spend every penny they've got today because they want instant gratification, the microwave and all this kind of stuff, and people still stand tapping their feet in front of the microwave, which lasts 30 seconds. I don't know what it did before that, when it lasted 5, 10 minutes, half an hour. But it's very interesting, but it is, we need to practice a little bit more delayed gratification and learn to save a little bit more wherever possible. Don't always say it's possible, but at least don't get yourself in debt unnecessarily. So that's why this value is a great follow-up. See, saving means different things to different people, of course. See, to some, it means putting money in the bank. To others, it means buying stocks or contributing to a pension plan. But in reality, saving means only one thing: consuming less in the present in order to have more in the future. It's as simple as that, really. See, if we focus on saving, our thoughts will be on preserving things, keeping them repaired and getting more mileage out of what we already have. That's another important thing I never thought about actually before I really got into this value. But saving is much more than just putting some money in the bank. It is an attitude of making the most of what we have and what others can entrust or have entrusted to us. That was actually very interesting for me, and I hope it's interesting to you too. See, years ago it was foolish to be known as a spender. You see, a penny saved was a penny earned. People bought when they had money. A person's character was judged by their ability to save and protect a set of values, whether it was money, products, or morals. See, over time, we have developed a kind of throwaway, self-serving society, unfortunately. We are programmed to think, if I want it, I'll get it. I deserve it now. I'll charge it and make those easy monthly payments. So we spend, trying to satisfy ourselves and keep up with everyone else. We spend everything we have and borrow what we don't have. That's not the situation we should be in, because many of us become bound to payment plans that are nearly impossible to get out from for years to come. See, this causes hardships that will destroy our relationships and our health. Because really think of it right now, that if you are spending everything you've got and everything you don't have, you spending money you haven't got, how do you actually think you're going to repay that? And of course, repayment percentages are often higher than we think. And then people go to loan shark, which is even more dangerous, because they'll break your bones if you don't pay back at an extortionate rate. But think about some of the repayments you've got to make and how much that is over time. If you don't need it, don't buy it, especially in these uncertain times. I mean, I remember my grandparents who said they always did that. If we don't have it, we don't buy it. You know, and I don't know if you ever heard the story about the 5 envelopes, but I mean, there's so many people, many years ago, they had 5 different envelopes for, and when the husband came home, when the woman was still at home looking after the kids, when the husband came home, he handed his wages over at the end of the week, because he used to get it cash rather than now you get it all in your accounts, but handed the wages over, and there was money going for electricity, money was going for food shopping, money was going for saving, money was going for this and for that, for clothing buying, you know, all the necessary items, and there was 1 envelope for saving. But all these envelopes were the money were put in, and then eventually the saving money was either put under the bed or they were going into a bank account, if that was all, because many people didn't trust banks. But there was money for saving, but everything was accounted for. And if it wasn't accounted for, and when we talk about that, sometimes things happen that you can't account for either, like your house burning down or whatever, or a robbery and they steal everything, and you need certain things again, and you need to buy them. And there is so many things, and I talked about my grandparents when the farm burned down. But outside of that, under normal circumstances, if you don't need it, do I need it now? Why do I need it? And if you don't need it, then don't buy it right now. Save up for it first. It's much more profitable in so many ways, because you don't get into this debt thing. But I've talked about it in the value of debt. But saving is also very important if and when you can. But at least don't go into debt by managing the money you've got. That's also important. The benefits of practicing the value of saving is that you will be at peace with yourself, your credit cards, and the bank, which is very important. See, having credit cards is one thing, but when you start not paying them off, that's when you get into trouble. And I talked about it in debt already. But sometimes it is beneficial to have a credit card, but don't get caught in the credit debt. See, your possessions will last because you take care of them, and others will value you for taking care of what is entrusted to you. And I talked about it before, but even things that they give to you, things that they buy for you, if you know, it's not a throwaway and we'll just buy a new one because there is a newer model. People need a new phone and they lie in front of the door of a shop and the new phone goes out for days or even weeks to get that new phone when the one they have is perfectly good. Yet they get into debt for something like that because they need to be having the new phone when they don't use all the apps and all the kind of stuff on the old phone yet. Incredible, but this is what advertising does to you. They want you to spend because spending makes money go round. And I don't say piling money under the bed or in a bank account does an awful lot of good, but you know, you need, one way or another, you need to learn to save. And some characteristics of a person who values saving is that these people are not just consumers, but also savers. See, they are both, of course. They are careful with their money and consider how spending it will affect their future. See, when you look at your future and how you spending money now affects it, it'll give you that better mentality to stay out of debt and maybe save some for a rainy day. You know, you heard that. These people believe in themselves and others and are willing to invest in business ventures that are sensible risks. See, they carefully consider how to put their money in areas of potential growth. No, investors do that kind of thing all the time. You might invest in a friend's business as long as you do due diligence and you believe in it, and then put your saving in there because of the return you might get. Some want to go safe and go to a low risk investment. Low risk, you don't get an awful lot of money in return, but it actually works anyway. These kind of things are simple, but some steps to follow to become and how to practice saving. And one of them is ask yourself 4 questions before you buy anything. I talked into that a bit already. The first one is, do I need it? The second one is, can I afford it? The third one is, why do I want it? And the fourth one is, when should I have it? See, if you don't need to have it now, don't do it because of the other 3 questions, but 4 great questions to ask yourself. And that's a great step to follow the next time you want to buy something. The second step is set a saving goal and make a plan for meeting that goal. So simply separate your money to different accounts so you don't have easy access to spend what you are trying to save. And that's what the envelopes I mentioned earlier. But now you can have an account that you can't withdraw money from, at least not for 30 days or 90 days. Get one of these accounts so you can't get at that money to stop you actually being tempted to spend the money right now. That's also a simple one. So these again are 2 steps, and there's more steps, of course. I hope you got something out of the value of saving and what it can mean. But you know, make sure that you actively start getting engaged in at least a perception of not spending everything and more today, so you stay out of debt. And if you even save a little bit from the money you get right now, you will be a lot more off in the long term because you will have some money. But I hope it was useful for you, and we'll see you in the next value. Take care.